What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course for Friday, June 28th. The weekend is about to begin, the weekend after Field Day. Hopefully your Field Day was awesome. If you did something fun, feel free to post it in the comments. I'd like to hear. We are monitoring the comments, so got a lot of people in there. We got South Africa coming in. Said somebody's in Jersey. Field Day was awesome, Hawkeye says. First contacts on HF contacted Western Washington, Texas, Montana, and Arizona. Very, very good. We got Minnesota. Oh, we got people all over the place. We just have so many people that shown up to this. Thank you so much for coming on and watching the show and being a part of the community. We appreciate that. We've got the Facebook group and the Discord. Links are in the description. We'll be doing the after chat in the Discord. People are still rolling in. Thank you again, everybody, for hopping in. Really appreciate that. Today's going to be a fun show. We have a lot to talk about. Yeah, CB Lanton is in the house, ready to see that Elecraft. I hear ya. Hey, Patrick Skidmore. Hey, from Virginia. That's an easy way to get some Virginia love out there. What's up, Virginia? Yeah, I love Virginia. A little humid this time of year, but I am a fan. What is up, everybody? Again, welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. What are we doing here? Well, we're trying to spread some information on amateur radio, spread the love, if you will, to get people interested, excited about the hobby, maybe learn something or want to learn something, more likely. Go out there and try it, and when you try, you end up doing, and when you do, you remember it, it burns it. It's like burning an image in your brain. So that's what we try to do out here. We have an inclusive community. We try to answer all the questions we can in the nicest way possible, and try not to scare anybody off of the hobby, because there are a lot of places out there on the internet that maybe don't do the best job at that. So that's what the Ham Radio Crash Course is for in a nutshell. Welcome y'all to it and to the show today. Today is a very important show, fun show. We're going to be comparing two radios. Now, I'll get to that in a little bit. Normally we talk about a bit of news, and I've got some things to say, some interesting things. So let's switch over there. So first and foremost, the giveaway, 7 days left, meaning to get an Anytone AT-D878 with Bluetooth, the Bluetooth option, and I have mine right here. The Bluetooth on this is actually pretty cool. I'll be doing a full review on that, and that'll be coming out next week. We'll be giving it away on the live stream next Friday. So if you take the link in the description, you can get your chance to win this cool radio. And it is very cool, so I appreciate that. And I appreciate Hawkeye for saying smash the thumbs up, so I appreciate that if everybody does that. I'm just appreciating. I'm just doing a lot of appreciating. So Quirky QRP has his coupon code still going, $5 off if you use Quirky QRP HRCC, all one word. And I believe the link is in the description. If it's not, I will get it there. But Quirky QRP got a Pinterest store. Lots of stuff available, like the Quirky Slink Tenna and the Quirky QRP transmitters. $5 off if you use the code Quirky QRP HRCC. I'm not affiliated with Quirky QRP. I just like what he does, and I like that he's out there, so make sure you check that out. Oh, Zach, $1. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. That looks pretty cool, too, that purple and yellow. Very nice. Okay, so what do we have in the news? Well, really only one item. This is a little ominous. This came through the news desk, if you will, before the show. Nature article suggests a grand solar minimum lies ahead. And then there's some scientific jargon there. Oscillators of the baseline of solar magnetic field and solar irradiance on a millennial timescale. Basically saying that potentially as early as next year, we could see a prolonged solar minimum of 3 solar cycles. I feel that is a bit extreme, and as it says in the bottom, as propagation buff and contester Frank Donovan, W3LPL, says, observed, it's very uncertain if this forecast is correct, but as usual, the forecast of the next solar cycle are all over the map. Let's hope these scientists are wrong. Let's hope that, because we're talking about QRP radios today, and those have a harder time in solar minimums, right? So pretty important that we do that. James Hancock says, what's up, bro? I'm super excited about what you are doing, and I'm ready to pass the exam because I've been watching what you are streaming. Cheers. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm hanging out on YouTubers. Oh, hey, we got K6UDA in the house, my buddy Bob, and he's got the YouTubers Xiegu Wires X chat room, which is YouTubers affectionately called. We also have the HRCC Xiegu System Fusion and DMR connection that's out there. We're not monitoring it today because we got so much to do, but I'm sure Loyal may post the link. And just a reminder, after we do the live stream today, we will be doing a Discord after chat. So if you are interested in that, take the link below, or Loyal will post it. You can join. It is a live voice communication and text, and we just talk about amateur radio. I think I might get crazy and I might stream a lot of it to Twitch tonight, so that could be fun if you guys want to be involved in that. Last but not least, the patrons pick for July is out there. If you want to be involved in picking the next week's stream topic, which is one of these options, and there are a lot of them, take the link to Patreon to find out how, or Patreon and find out how. So yeah, would appreciate that. All right, so what are we doing? Well, first we're going to open a beer like we do. This is the Dude's Despair. It is a Imperial Stout aged in red wine barrels and totally in the way. This is by Boulder Beer, and this looks like a beefy boy. Hey, W6 RIP, what's up? W8 MRD Radio Stuff says Field Day was great. That's fantastic. I was a bit busy on Field Day. Hopefully we'll have some more information on that coming out here soon. But we'll see. This is a real dark boy. My lord. And thanks to Ham Radio 2.0, still rocking the swag glass from Hamvention. That was a lot of fun. All right. Hello world. Good. Okay. So what are we talking about today? Well, let me put on my warning light. Oh, whoa! I've never seen that. James Hancock. $20. Wow, and a sticker. Look at that. What? That's pretty cool. That's very awesome. Thank you for that. So let me switch this over. The warning light has been illuminated. We're going to be talking about these two radios, the Elecraft KX2 and the Xiegu, my wife will correct me hopefully, X5105. These are both QRP radios. And why is the warning light on? Well, because they're QRP radios, and we are in a solar minimum. If you're watching this and you haven't bought an HF radio yet, this is specifically what this segment of the show is for. It's for you. I love QRP radios. I love going outside. I love activating and being active outdoors with radio. I think it's a blast. However, I also like having the best opportunity to make contacts possible. And sometimes QRP may not be that way. You can offset some of the negatives of QRP being the low power output, and again, QRP being about 5 watt output on a radio. You can offset that by doing CW or doing digital. And both of these radios will do CW and digital. They both do CW great, and with some work, they do digital. Believe it or not, it's actually pretty easy to get them set up with digital. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. Every time I look up, I keep seeing my head is not correct on the on the camera. So anyway, the warning is for you. You may want to look at a 100 watt radio as your first HF radio. That is a kind of general thought people have. You can go with that or not. I know my first HF radio was a QRP radio. I was marginally successful on single sideband, and this was before FT8, and I was successful with PSK31, which was the digital mode of the time at that time. So I like it. I hadn't learned CW, and I'm still learning CW at the time. CW being probably the best thing for QRP. I just think it's something a bit like a spy almost, like you're going out there with a CW key making a contact via CW. Big fan of that. Anyway, all right. You got one N1 UFO says I'm QRPing right now. There you go, right on. 5 whiskeys, 5 watts in other words. Now, quick note on that. Actually, we'll just move right over. Let's go right into the goodness of. So what are we talking about? Well, I'm going to show you the specs on these radios, give you a bit of an overview on them, and then we're going to do a receiver test. We're going to do a transmit test, and I'll show off digital a bit, but it's going to take a bit of work to get it all switched over between the two. I have learned from the last time we did a throwdown video that I have the antenna. It's on the same switch as it was before. I am on the hex beam, and I am pointed west. They are using the same coax lines, similar types, I mean. And we have a speaker that we will connect via a Y between the two units, and we'll turn them off and on so that we can hear the audio quality. Now, I will start out with just using the speaker on both radio because I feel it is a QRP radio, and you are going to be using this in a deployed outdoor situation. You're likely going to be using it with the speaker it comes with. You will also be using headphones. So we'll work on that, and we'll figure it out. So anyway, first on the chopping block is the Elecraft KX2. This is it, and actually this is WG0AT. I think he's a Soda Goat at least once. He may be twice now, but very prolific user of a KX2 for his Soda activations, and he has got a great Twitter account, so make sure you check that out. If you have not been following WG0AT, I would recommend it. So, quick overview on this guy. Very small. They call it a stealth transceiver. Can go wherever your imagination takes you. This goes all the way back to the KX1, which I believe Wayne, one of the creators of Elecraft, designed, and it was kind of a brainchild of throwing a wire in a tree, basically, and working CWs. Kind of a big CW guy. And then this kind of evolved into the KX3, and then now we have the KX2, being the smaller of the KX3 and KX2 brotherhood. So basically, it's a super lightweight 13-ounce radio. It operates from 10 meters to 80 meters, and I'll go ahead and pull up the specs on that so you can see. 13 ounces, comes with a 2.6 amp hour battery, which is not large, but why that's good is it sips power at 135 milliamps. And we'll get the cameras turned around and we'll test both of them out on the power supply, and we'll do a weight test as well. Built-in microphone and speaker, so you can use this without a PTT mic. This is a full SDR radio, so it does have DSP like an analog does, but this is full SDR. The X5105 is not. It's an analog radio with DSP. And it will operate in data modes, PSK and RTTY, with or without a PC. So we'll see that in action. Maybe not in this video because that'll take a little while to set up. But it does decode CW, which is a big feature that a lot of people do. And so does the X5105, which we will compare. All right. Again, it is 80 to 10 meters, and it has wider receive, 1.5 to 3 megahertz, but it has reduced sensitivity, and it does all modes, single sideband CW data, AM and FM, with the 4 submodes. All right, we can go into this in some detail, but I think you get the idea. I do want to show that I did buy the Shack-in-the-Box kit, and this is what it looks like. Comes with a low pro case, a PTT mic, the KX2 has the built-in tuner, which is an additional cost, and a time source, right? And the time source you have to set when you unplug it. It doesn't hang on to the time for very long, and you have to resync that up. And that allows you to keep time if you wanted to use UTC for taking down contacts or whatnot. Real-time clock as mentioned, a 2.6 amp hour battery, which it comes with, a lithium-ion fast charger, which is a pretty good charger. It's made by Tenergy. Hand mic, padded case. The book is very handy by Fred Caddy. I'll just say that right out front. And the Elecraft hat, which is, you got to have that. Let's pull up the shop really quick so you know what you guys are working with. Doopy doopy doo. Oh, can I not just buy it from here? Sometimes these websites, man, I'm telling you. Haha. Come on now. Quick order, there we go. K line, KX line. All right. Okay, so here's your KX2 Shack-in-the-Box. $1,270. $1,270. Not cheap. Not cheap, but a lot of radio. Let's see what we got in the comments. All right. So let's switch things over to the X5105 by Xiegu. I say Xiegu. My wife corrected me. That is not correct. Multiple people on the internet have corrected me. And I'm not saying it with the correct Chinese pronunciation. So keep that in mind. So this one, right up front, $600. $600, and it is a decent radio. I did a review on it. The link to the cards for that review are right here to my left. Go check those out. Hey, look at that guy. We know that guy. He's in the chat right now. K6UDA did a review of this radio. He took this out on a soda activation. I'll let you go watch that video if you're interested. Okay, so the Xiegu does 6 meters with 5-watt output, but it does all the HF bands. So 160 through 6 meters, although it is limited, and it is 5 watts across all those bands, 1.5 watts on AM. All mode operation as well, same as the X5105, and it has DSP as far as noise blankers, digital noise reduction, notch filters, and they all generally work. I'm covering this at a high level because we're going to go through some of this with the comparison, but I want to get that out of the way up front. Multiple bandpass filtering. It's got an AGC computer control interface, which it comes with the USB cable for that. So does the KX2. Now the battery pack, take a look at this. It's 3,800 milliamp hours. So that's a 3.8 amp hour battery pack. It lasts a long time, a very long time. The speaker mic that it comes with is multifunction, has a built-in keypad, multi-control, built-in battery charger that automatically shuts off when it's charged, so you don't have to disconnect anything like you do for the KX2, which I'll talk about in a second. And there is a series of accessories that go along with that. Both radios have a 100-watt amp that you can purchase. There is a pan adapter, although I'm not sure how to get my hands on that. I don't see that on the MFJ page. And there is a digital interface, which is a CE19, which is this guy right here, if you want to do digital, which makes things a little bit easier. All right, there's the boring stuff out of the way. Got the boring stuff out of the way. Let's swip over to the desk. Okay. Let's go up here. Okay, so comparatively speaking, they are relatively the same height radios. Take a profile shot. The Xiegu is much heavier radio. There we go. It's also much taller and wider. Okay. Let's do a quick weight check, because I didn't see it on the MFJ site. Pounds and ounces. 1 pound, basically 16 ounces. Let's do it this way. 1 pound, 4.4 ounces, and that's with the batteries built in. Yes, so the Xiegu has a PTT. Somebody mentioned that in the comments. There's the PTT. All right, let's get their antennas connected again so we don't do anything dangerous. We will connect these to a power supply and we'll check the amp hour reading first. The draw on the Xiegu. About 0.4 amps. It's drawing right there. See if we can find some single sideband really fast. I'll find a frequency that we can use for the receiver later. I am on 20 meters. We're going up to 225. Okay. I'm going to be on 14,280. We can use that later if somebody wants to do a audio test on the receive side. On tune, it jumps to 0.9, almost 1 amp draw. 1 amp there. The KX2 is 1 pound, 4 ounces. Okay. KX2. Doesn't even show up on the draw, which that could mean it's drawing off the battery. I don't think so. Hold on, let me turn this off for a second. Which one do we have connected?
Came up above the horizon, and it lit up everything. I mean,
Okay.
that was spectacular.
I'm gonna slide off of these guys a little bit. Just tune up. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely connected. I just don't have the, I need one more level of accuracy, one more decimal point to see the draw on this. So this is a very, very light draw. Somebody says 14280 is busy, so let's go up there. We just need to find, so we're going to test the receive right now.
Saltwater mirror out there that everything seems to skip off and stuff. I think we just try to keep it a little.
Okay, let's go back to the overhead. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to go back to battery power so I can get this line out of the way. Now I'm going to turn both radios on, get them keyed up or on frequency for this conversation that we've stumbled into.
But just about every antenna we put up here throughout the years seems to work out really well, so we're in a pretty good spot here.
Okay.
Take care. Have a great evening there in Indiana. Beautiful signal here on the Big Island.
So that's
Radio Delta.
Big Island of Hawaii. That's the backside of my beam. Got a bit of a pile up.
Okay, is the Delta Japan? I know you've been in there for a little bit. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Ending in Delta Japan. Go ahead.
All right, what I'm going to try is I'm going to try to connect the phones to my external sound card.
Name is Jim, Juliet Teacher Mike. I am in Central Florida. Your report to 20 over. Okay, very good, Jim. Kilo America.
So we lost that. No. That's okay. We'll hook it up to the speaker. This is the speaker.
Roger, Peter. Thank you very much. And last night I walked,
So this is the speaker that's on the KX3. And really quick, I want to go back here for a second. And I want to show you guys. This is the Sherwood test, which ranks receivers. And he has the KX2 right underneath the Flex System 6300 and above the Yaesu FTDX 3000 as far as receiver quality goes. That's above the ICOM 9500. Multiple ICOMs, a little bit older, 06, 2014, ICOM IC 703, so on and so forth. What's it close to? Well, let's see. Kenwood TS990, right there. Flex radio 1500. So a competitively capable receiver. I don't want to say competitive like a contest competitive. I don't think that's necessarily true, but still very nice. Okay, let's switch it over. Let's give the Xiegu a chance at this. The speaker on the Xiegu is right up front. It's right here. The speaker on the KX2 is actually below. So it's sitting on its speaker. Still much better. Okay, let's get it on a speaker. This is a stereo speaker. If you crank the volume too, I want you to hear that. It picks up a lot of noise. Yeah, where's that's my quick burn fuse for working on the Micro BitX. Okay, quick note here before we dive headlong into speaker territory. This is a slimline speaker adapter. You have to use this to connect to the X5105. At least the model I have. I'm told that they fixed this. But the bezel is too thick. The metal right here is too thick, and you can't get a standard jack into it. Something to keep in mind. So you will need this if you're going to connect to a headset. Yeah, it's overdriving its speaker is what's happening. So let's go into here. So this is going to be what you could expect to have on headphones. Not bad. The speaker that comes with the X5105, not great. Into a speaker, a Bluetooth speaker, it's fine. So I don't want to sell them short because it is pretty good. All right. I have been summoned to 14.250. I'm on 14.250. Got a super secret text message. I bet it's Bob. Oh, Corpse-a-lot, how you doing, buddy? Man, I haven't talked to you in a long time. Oh, I hear somebody in that noise. I saw you on Hearthstone the other day. Okay, so somebody may be on 14.250. Let's switch it over to the KX2. You hear that hum? All that noise? This thing's on, but... Try again. $14,250. Somebody's whistling on 14,250. Swinging the beam north. I don't hear anybody. Maybe they have to be Hawaiian stations. All them Hawaiian stations, right? California, Hawaii, we get along really well. We just bounce traffic back and forth to each other. All right, I'm going to slide back over west. So I quite like the speaker on the KX2. I think that between the two, this one wins. Of the two tests we've done so far, the power draw, the KX2 has a better power draw than the Xiegu. It's also twice the money. Keep that in mind. And the speaker sounds better, and it sounds... Let me see if I can put this into words. So this is the S strength right here of... This is your noise floor. S1, maybe. And I just have the AGC on. That's all I have, and the antenna's been tuned. Let me flip over to the Xiegu. Not bad, actually. Let me tune this one. Nope. You're all right. So the noise floor on this guy is showing about an S5. The receiver seems to do a little bit better on the KX2 than on the X5105. I'm not hearing anybody on 250. So forget about your life. You got to keep in mind, California is huge, and it's huge long ways. I'm in Southern California, and Bob is in Northern California. We have had such a pain in the butt to get a contact going between he and I on anything, digital modes, CW, you name it. Yeah, you can still win the BridgeCom contest. The link is in the description if you want to get in on that. Back on the Xiegu.
And yeah, I don't have my logbook open right now. Well, I just got the paper logs, but I don't have.
Okay, let's switch it back over to the KX2.
November Whiskey, Delta,
All those stations, you hear that? All those stations you can hear in the KX2 that you can't hear in the X5105.
Okay, I guess they're on the Zulu radio. We'll take the mobile station though. Go ahead. Okay, let's get your prefix. I've got the Germany Ocean Lima. Let's get the prefix again. Okay, Whiskey 9, Gulf Ocean Lima. Thank you. 5 and 8 into the Big Island. Name here is Pete Papa.
Not bad.
Tango Echo. And yeah, you're doing a great job. Mobile.
While we have the station, why don't we just try and work them? They're working on a 400-watt radio, he says. See, immediately when I clicked in the mic, it switched.
No problem at all. So,
internal mic. External mic.
Okay, let's get the name for the log, and then we're going to take a couple more there. Go ahead.
I'm going to try and spin my my beam around.
Okay, very good, Ron. Well, you motor safely in the driveway and take care of parking that thing.
Now, there's another big piece that you need to remember for this, and it's largely out of our control right now. There is an embargo with China. So
November Whiskey 8
Woo!
Delta.
Okay, with the Whiskey 9 in there, go ahead.
the embargo with China means that there is a price upper right now for Chinese radios. So if you wanted to buy the Xiegu, there is a link to Amazon. You can find it. The link is in the description. But that's going to be China prices, and that includes embargo taxes. If you go to MFJ and you're interested in one of these, you should buy it from them. They're still going to be $4.99 for a while until they run out of stock, and that goes the same for the G90. If you watch my review of the G90, the link is in the cards to my side. If you want either one of those, now might be a time to get it because of the embargo, so keep that in mind. Or the tariffs. Sorry, not embargo, tariffs. Yeah, so you get a lot of, like, very clear stations coming in. Oh, is the G90 out? That's not good news.
Northern California, very good. Yeah, it's solid 5 and 9. Solid 5 and 9.
So I'm picking up Hawaii, no problem. Not here in NorCal. And that might be my geographic location. I don't know. You can get a KX2 from the Elecraft website. The link is in the description to check them out. I'm going to slide off a little bit and tune. Okay. Whoa! 1958 John Deere 620, just where K6 UDA from Maine. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to work this Hawaii station because he's only coming in at an S3 right now. The audio quality is fantastic, though.
If we missed you, we'll get you on the next time. Take care, Lance. Thanks for the shout. Whiskey 7, Lima Delta Echo, King Henry 7, Hotel India. Have a great weekend. Aloha.
Is that a final? Or is he...
73 guys, aloha. King Henry 7, Hotel India, out.
Oh, he's done. Well, that was fun. Let's go back up to 250. Whoa! Who's on 250? So now we're going to switch to the transmit portion of our show. Let me swing the beam around. God, I swing this thing all over the place. Focus. Focus. I gotta get the beam control closer to me. KX2 bare bones with a mic is about 881.
Okay, what are you affiliated with the WiresX program?
Woo! We're having a discussion on WiresX on HF right now.
Okay, because I've got a brand new WiresX repeater over here, and
so this guy's blowing my doors down. S9
has to be both analog and digital, and they didn't say, by the way, if you go WiresX, it's not. So that's kind of got me aggravated at them. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear the sweet nothings of Bob's Bob talking in the background. It sounds like. Wait, is that who is talking right now that we're picking up? I know Bob's probably the other side of this conversation, but I'm portable. Black Dog in BT says I'm portable at Lake Bisnu State Park, Northwest Louisiana, with my KX2 at 12 watts. I'm monitoring around 7283.
No, not from the repeater. It has to be done in a room.
But I'm
you
getting
can't do it from the repeater. In the repeater, you have to set it up as either a digital or an analog.
This is such a good signal. I don't want to lose it. I'm going to switch it over really quick.
Connected to WiresX.
It only lets you do one or the other.
Man, it puts out a lot of noise. Let me lower the speaker before we blow everybody's ears out. Okay, let's sit for a second. Let's wait for that station to come back.
Well, that's the whole idea of what they advertise.
Also, just peeking over S9. Okay, you get the idea. Let's take it off the speaker. Speaker's really tinny, right? You get it. Alright, I'm going to mute. I'm going to come down. I want to talk about something else here. So, one of the major things between these two radios, to me, is this is more of a controller fan radio, somebody who likes to go hands-on with knobs. There are 4 knobs on this radio. There are buttons for just about everything you want to control. And there are white lettering and then yellow lettering on the cases for the radio. And that allows you to enter long press modes to do different things. So if you're more of that type of person, this is going to be a preferable radio. Okay? The KX2, I'm sorry, the X5105, it uses a menu system with 4 soft press buttons and the wheel to get through the different options. Case in point, if you click the menu button quickly, this number in the lower left starts to blink, and you can rotate through things like your A/B channel, split, your noise reducer, your notch filter, AGC control, filter, scanning and SWR, etc., etc. It takes you through the keying, it takes you into the digital mode, it takes you into a plethora of different things. So if you are someone who enjoys controlling something with buttons and dials, the KX2 is going to be a little bit more your flavor. If you want something that's a little bit streamlined, the X5105 is going to be a little bit more in line. Now, I want to make a point here because I think it's worth mentioning. I have many a time taken the X5105 and just thrown it in a bag. And part of the reason I've done that is, let me put it on its side, nothing sticks out too proud that you'll catch it on anything. It's just a flush radio. It's literally like a brick. I just call it a big black brick. It's just a brick of a radio with a big honking battery in it. It can just go into whatever bag you're using and it's going to be fine. KX2 is a little, it's much lighter, more delicate, so important to keep that in mind. You got big dials on it. If you've ever worked with the KX3, the dials on the KX2 are not nearly as nice as the KX3. The dials on the KX2 are not nearly as nice as the KX3, but that's partially because it's smaller, and I think they went with trying to save some money on reducing the size and trying to still make it something that's worth the value, because it is a little expensive. Real quick, I'm going to turn this off, and I want to show you the charge process for both these radios is pretty straightforward. Oop. You just plug in a DC jack here. It needs to be at least 13.5 volts to start the charger. Charger's internal. It looks something like this when it's charging. I'll show you. You see this text pop up. Tells you exactly where your battery's at. KX2 is a bit more problematic. You have to use these side twists, these side screws, loosen her up, and there's a speaker cable. You have to open it with the speaker cable going this way. This is the tuner, I believe, right here. And here's your battery. Your battery has a pull tab, which you need to use this little handheld jobber to pull the battery out. And the battery pack is this guy right here. You can't operate this radio without a battery pack in, from my understanding. But you can, once you have a battery in, take another battery pack and just plug into the external jack, and it will use the external battery pack. So if you buy 2 battery packs, keep one charged in the radio, don't use it. Keep another one charged that you go back and forth with to power the radio that you run externally. And that's all there is to it. So that's how you connect that in. I mention that because a lot of people get a little antsy when I mention that to them. It's like, oh, you gotta open the back of the radio, and you got to be careful not to smash anything in there, and you don't want to crimp the wires, so you spend a lot of time looking before you squeeze it, and then you cinch down. Yeah, and also an important note, you saw I just plugged in the charger on the X5105. You have to disconnect the battery for the KX2. Part of the reason for that is Elecraft believes that there would be a heat issue if you just connected the charge port and charged it, that they were worried that it may cause a fire. So that's part of the reason why they don't allow an external charge, or internal charging, if you will, of an internal battery. They require you to take it out. Okay. A couple more things to say. Let's plug in the X5105, and then we'll hunt down some CW. We'll do a CW decode experiment. And I want to show you that SWR meter. So, one of the reasons why I really like the X5105 and one of the reasons why I wanted it and reviewed it favorably in my review that I did is menu option, go down to 2, SWR. Click that bad boy. An antenna analyzer built into the radio. That's not going to work right. Hold on, let me get out of this. Let me go take the ATU off. Tune is off. Now let's scan. SWR meter, antenna analyzer built into the radio. Somebody's out there. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I have used this many times. My rig analyzer is in my office right now because I was screwing around with those stupid long antennas. By the way, if you enjoyed that tactical antenna video, give that a thumbs up. The link is in the cards if you haven't seen it. Very ridiculous. This thing is majorly helpful. What a great feature. More radios should have this feature. Anyway, wanted to mention that. Okay. So let's dive back down to some CW. If we can find some. Well, I'll camp out here for a second. Let me change over. I have found that using the arrow keys to change the decimal place that you're modifying and using the jog wheel is pretty fast. With the KX2, you almost always have to hold down the rate button, which says frequency underneath. Hold it down. Then you can enter in the frequency. To do that, Elecraft has kind of made this kind of weird 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. These are all buttons, right? You can press these to get a different character. So we're going to go to 14, 0, 2, 5. Hit band, brings you over. That's one of the downsides. Nice thing about this radio is it has a 0 beat function. So we have a station. In fact, let me plug this in so you can hear it. It will attempt a 0 beat if you click this. Pretty quiet though, so let's find another louder station for the CW decode, otherwise it's not going to work right. Quiet. Real quiet. Oh. Oh, Corpse Lot asks a question. I have a scanner that checks local bands and whatnot in the police station, for example. Use modal systems where you need to tune the radio in a different mode. Yeah, so these are HF radios specifically. Scanners usually are operating on UHF frequencies. All line of sight stuff, meaning you can... these radios are bouncing their RF off of the ionosphere, for example. They work a bit differently and the modes of operation are different. We use digital modes, but not voice digital like you would in UHF or like the police would use. Good question, though. time is just flying by. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Ooh, that's FT8. I want to try and find some CW. Otherwise, we might have to switch bands. It's getting a little dark. That's not what I want. I think the CW decode's handy. Not all radios do this anymore. There we go. Who was that? Something chops. Oh, I wish we were having a better signal on them. So what's happening right now is it's trying to decode, but the signal quality is not high enough, meaning signal strength. I usually do a little bit better on 40. Nobody go anywhere. I'm going to swap off of the hex beam because it's getting a little dark. For most of you, it's probably already dark. I'm going to switch to the end-fed. Just have to swap out the switch. Okay. And we're going to go up to, or down to 7 meters. Hey, look at that. Why are they doing that to me now? Oh. There we go. Okay. I don't know why I always do better on 40 meters. Thank you, Jason. I figured it out, but thank you for your help. Okay, so now it's trying to decode. And this is the CW decode. Yeah. Okay, you get the idea. Did-da-da-da, But guess what? So does the X5105 with its new update, which I put the update on the firmware. It also will decode CW. Assuming it can actually hear. Let me tune off a bit and tune it up. Oop. It's only an S9, you're alright. Okay, so the way that the KX2 works is it will automatically decode for you. With this, you have to go into the menu, slide over to... I just did this yesterday. Oh, data. Hold on. Here we go. Data. And we want to... So you can see there's a carrier signal, right? Or the CW carrier. We're going to slide over to... Oh, nope. There we go. Carrier, lock it in. Let's try and get over to him. The slowest rotation. Hold on. We're coming, buddy. This is basically zero beating. Okay, so we've zero beat the carrier, and we're going to turn the AFC on, and we should start decoding when the CW comes back. Ha ha ha! Corpselot, thank you for $5, buddy. Will it take Glock mags? No. Oh, the station's gone. Sweet sassy molassie. It will not. Jim, oh. That's weird, I had the filtering. Okay, so the only downside is it's extremely small decode. We'll get to that in a second. Let me turn this down a bit because it's blowing my ears out. So 2 questions. Jim asks, do lots of people use a CW decoder? If they're starting out, yes. Some people do. And sometimes it's nice to have. The problems with CW decoders is they're never as good as just learning the code. When you know the code, you can listen way down in the dirt. That CW decoders generally need a little bit higher signal strength, which this one is getting right now. This guy is coming in pretty strong. So, generally, yes. Brian Garber, I don't know what that flying man is. Is that the flying ham bean? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hunter's got a beacon. Go for it. Hey, Corpselot, take it easy, man. It's good to talk to you. Maybe we'll talk on Hearthstone in the future. I find CW decoders don't do a great job unless the signal is really strong. Yeah, Scott, exactly. With that said, so far these... Okay. This is not a great decode. This is bad. Let me tune... Let me tune to this guy and switch it back over to the KX2. Yeah, this is way better to code. Yeah. All right, Hunter's throwing a beacon on 7:30. We're going to go for a little while past the hour, so nobody run out. Because I would like to do a transmitter test, although I have no expectations that we're going to get there. And I want to talk about digital. Okay, we're going to the beacon. Let's see. Lots of activity on 40. 40 is the band for CW. Okay, I'm on. Great tuner. Real good tuner. Northwest UK in the house. Very good. Very nice. Thank you for joining. All right. I wish I could stay for... We'll come back for the beacon. All right. Oh! Somebody was there. Yeah. Well, let's pour this out while we wait. It actually does. It was so thick that it didn't put any head on it, but I poured that a little sloppily in to see if I could get something out of it, and it did this time, but that's fine. Okay, sorry, I gotta go off the beacon. We're gonna dive into a talk on digital really quick. So, while the topic of digital and these radios kind of deserves their own thing, I'm gonna quick do an overview of what you need to do it, and after the fact, I will post in the description on the parts you need. So we're going to start with the X5105. You're going to need the following things. You're going to need the CE19, right? And it's very easily identified. It says from the X5105. This is a DIN cable. You need this too. This connects to the side, the ACC port in the radio. So far, very easy. You have to connect this data connection, to something on your computer. I generally like to use this cable that I got. This is a stereo jack to a split stereo jack where the mic is split out of the speaker. They both get ground. One is speaker out, the other is in. Okay? I connect this to a USB sound card, which is this guy. This is the USB sound card I use. Mic, speaker. So if you think about this, the microphone is the incoming from the radio, and the speaker is the outgoing to the radio. Makes sense. I use the pink, purple aux cable, yellow aux cable. But when I'm using this guy, then I go like that. Okay? And that goes into the CE19, and that's the connection. The KX2 works a bit differently. The KX2, they want you to have an aux cable for the phone and the mic. So I go straight into this, and then the other end connects to the USB sound card, and that goes into your computer. There's a USB connection with a stereo jack for both of these radios. They have their own dongles, and they look something like this. This is the X5105 dongle, the stereo jack, and the KX2 has its own dongle to do the same thing. The KX2, I can pack all of this into the top part of this radio case. I pack it here, the digital cables. I have those out right now, but it generally travels with the radio. And I do the same thing with the X5105. It lives in this pouch, and the radio slides into this water hydration pouch. I can put these in the Amazon or the description of Amazon. This is a cheapy one, but it does a great job of holding this radio in. Digital modes. So let me switch back over here really fast because I'm going to. What the heck? Let's go ahead and try it. So I'm going to connect the X5105 see how fast I can time myself to do a digital setup. So nothing's connected to the computer yet. All right, the audio cable's in, data's in. Let's turn the radio on. Let's go to desktop. We're going to start. I've got JT Alert here. So I'll show you something that's a bit of a tip. When you're using WSJTX, make a configuration for each of your radios once you get them sorted out. So I want the X5105 configuration. There we go. Okay. Oh, didn't like that. Oh no. What happened? It crashed. There we go. Okay, we're on the configuration for the X5105. Very good. Yep. Whoa! I didn't expect that. This is what happens when I get a little, trying to get advanced. I'm going off the script a little bit. Okay. So to be able to do this, this is one thing that separates the X5105 from the KX2. The KX2 will work right out of the box with the cables that I showed you. For the X5105, you have to run something called OmniRig. Now, OmniRig is a go-between. It's this guy right here. You tell it you're a IC7000. In fact, there's a website that does the explanation of this. This is the step-by-step preparations for the X5105. It's supposed to look something like that. If you go to Device Manager, here are my ports. 16 is my serial port, so I got that right. Everything should match. It matches. So with that running, OmniRig run, turn the radio on. Remember that blue cable I showed you earlier is acting to the interface for the digital mode. Test. Working. PTT. Working. That's it. So what I'm going to do really fast, and you'll see this, hopefully. Nope, no you won't. Let's change the wiring. Yeah. Okay. Right now the waterfall has no information on it. That's because we've got the cables flipped. The audio cables. So I'm going to go in and flip them. See if that works. That didn't work. So quickly go to settings, audio, USB device is correct. So where are we? Connected. Oh, that's why. Flip it back. Something's going on. Oh! That's why. Let me show you why. On the X5105, you must go to mic, change it to aux line in, and speaker. Where's the speaker? Speaker right there. Headphone jack should be... Okay. All right, we got it on the wrong one again then. Audio's gone. Nope. So we're waiting for the audio to bump up. So I've got them twisted somewhere. No, that's fine. The sound right now is coming in from the AC, the DIN connector, which we have connected to the CE19, which is ground. I had this all running beforehand, and then I tore it all down because I was like, I'll just do it on the air. I'll do it live. It's fine. It's never fine. Never do that. Never ever do that. That's always a bad idea. Okay. It's the output. I didn't expect to have a problem with the audio, to be honest with you. That was the, it's always the rig control that's the problem. Oh, wait a second. Wow, it's really chugging. That tuner is chugging. Man! Not a bad tuner. The tuner's really good on this. Do you want to know why I screwed? You want to know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because I'm an idiot. Did we get anything on that? It's... And the filter's right, and we're in upper sideband. Nope. Well, this is generally what I end up doing with the, no, there's no USB-D on this radio, on the X5105. So that's what I usually end up doing until I get it to work with the X5105. Tuner's on. I want to switch over to the KX2 because it's so much easier. One more thing, and then we'll give up. Let's see. Somebody said something on digital. What's the best radio for price-wise? The X5105. Oh, no! Yes! I am stupid. I am stupid. That's why. Because I'm stupid. And I have some kind of weird, I like to pain myself. Okay, so we still don't have any signal on the bar here. That bar right there. This bar. This bar. So we just need to Nope. Nope. There's something going on with this. No, there's something going on with this connection. It's connected right. We're not getting audio. always the audio. No, it's never the audio. It's always the rig control. It can only be a couple of options.
Hello.
I'm getting comments on It's not the frequency, it's the audio. I gotta pipe the audio into yes, if there's only one USB sound card. Oh, there we go. No, yeah, that's it. All right, let's check the audio one more time, and then we'll just switch over to the X5105, the KX2, because it's a lot easier to use.
Invalid option.
Okay.
Invalid option.
It's not even picking up anything, and that's it. There's no other... Okay, let's just turn it off and on again. And that'll be my last attempt, and then we'll go back to the KX2. No. Yeah, we're not even getting any hit on the sound card. So we're changing plugs and nothing's happening. I've done 2 options now. No work. So, alright. Let's switch it. What are we going to do first? We're going to shut this off. You can make it work, I promise. You can make it work. I'm just on a live stream right now. We're going to switch to the KX2. KX2 already has connection for the headphones. This guy's going to take over. I have limited length of cables here, so we're gonna... Alright, so phones are gonna be mic. And speaker goes to the microphone on that side. And then disconnect this guy. And this ACC cable connects to the ACC jack on the KX2. All right, that's it. That's all you have to do for this guy, and change him into data. So we'll go to data mode here. We'll get all this crap out from under it. And I'll change to... well, let me show you what happened on the display side. So it's complaining, so I'm just going to change my configuration to the KX2. KX2 does not require Omni rig, so I'll close that. Alright, so I'm going to turn down the volume on literally the physical KX2, and it should drop the sound. And I'm going to say I want to operate on 40 meters. And no audio, right? You're not hearing anything. But we should start to see something, hopefully. We'll see here. Let's double check the connections to things. Radio. 17. Uh-oh. There it is. And PTT, it is PTTing. Okay, so we got that sorted out. Audio. USB device, USB device. Good. This doesn't look right, though. So, what's the problem? Well, we can cheat. Let me do this. We can cheat a bit. I want to hear the audio coming out, so I'm going to... Oh, because we're not on... Wrong frequency. Well, that was an easy fix. There we go. There we go. Now let's wait for it. Oh, let's turn down the volume. You can lower this down further, but yeah. All right, so let's go back to the screen. Hey, K6UDA! Here we go, here we go. Here we go, buddy. Just like that, just that fast. Sometimes when you start up FT8, there's already somebody that's calling for you. I'm gonna dump the, I'm going for more power. Uh-oh. Don't do that, Josh. What are you doing? Hold on, I gotta bump the power. We're going to full 10 watts of power, baby. Oh, hang on there, K6UD. I jumped the frequency on you, so I gotta get it back. Okay. Let's go back to the overhead. Are we transmitting? Wait for this light. There we go. We're transmitting. We're going back to Bob. Let's make this contact, Bob. Come on, Bob. So I'm not going to do it now because I'm going to try and get a contact. He's not hearing me. This is the problem. Wait, what are we on? We're on the NFED. Yeah, we're on the NFED. Let me do this. Pause for a second. We done transmitting? Okay, hold on. No, it's tuned. K6GDA gave up. No, needs their... No, no. Yeah, okay. I got Bob at a -1, so I hear him great. Bob can't hear me because of my antenna situation. Or I don't know what he's transmitting. Bob, what are you transmitting on to get to me? Oh, I'm still... I gotta duck this down. Hold on. Speakers, we lower those down. That should... Let's check this. Hold on. It's not the output, it's the input. That's right. No, I gotta go in by item. No, wrong one. So this is the recording. Listen. Levels. There we go. Oh! Oh! Wait, no. God. I got really excited. That was me. Oh, sorry. Well, if I can't get Bob, I'm going to try and get... No, I got Bob at +5, man. Bob, you're a 4 now. The fact you can't hear me is upsetting. Well, I got one thing I can try. I'm going to stop for a second. Bob, you're my only... If I can't make this work, then we're just going to go back and we're going to try and transmit to Half Moon Bay and see if we can get heard on the single sideband. So, okay, I've turned off the transmit. The overhead's off. I'm going to switch to the 40 meter for a second, see if it works. If not, we're going to call that. Okay. So nothing changed other than now I'm on the 40 meter hex beam, which is really just a rotatable dipole. Let's see. I'm going to find an empty space out here in La La Land. Well, let's tune her first, actually. Gotta love that tuner, man. Tuner will get you through a lot of stuff. Alright, I moved up there. Let's try and hit Bob again. Alright, Bob, I hope you're ready. I'm going to give it a couple more goes, and then we're going to move on. And we're transmitting. Wait, what's going on? Why didn't it... I need those full 10 watts of power. Yeah, so for all of those that are fans of the 7300, it's so easy to do this on the 7300. What's the problem? Well, QRP is QRP. Bob gave up. What is the white 6-way jack? Where did I put that thing? Oh, it's a splitter, audio splitter. If you've ever played with DJ toys or like music making devices, this thing is great. You just plug it all into it. I mean, it's not great for timing if you need like MIDI control or anything like that, but it's fun for just playing around. Bob, he gave up. Bab, calling out into the ether. Nobody. Who's that NB6B? No, he's -9, man. All right, Bob, fine. Okay, Bob's gone. Bob's gone. Let's go back to the overhead, switch it back over, and try and make a call to Half Moon Bay. And then we'll Twitch after this. We're gonna end the YouTube in a second here, just so some people can get on with their lives. All right. Unplug all this junk. And we're going to jump to a good frequency. Let's go to 7200 and start there. We need to get off of data. Are we still on split? Nope. There we go. I'm going to put in our find a nice quiet frequency. Okay, I'm on 7215 right now. 40 meters. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Oh, yeah, it is. Let's get off of them. this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Okay, 7.219. K6 UDA, this is Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Do you copy? He's a S5. Yeah, Bob, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. What are you transmitting on? What are you transmitting on down here, pointing down here?
Josh, I'm only copying you on YouTube.
Yeah, what transmitter are you transmitting on?
I am on the T3F at about 400 watts.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm on the T3F, the Elecraft KX2, 400 watts.
Copy the K3X at 400 watts. I am on 5 watts. I'm going to 10 watts, everyone. Hang on. Bob, I have doubled my transmit power to try and make a contact with you. Do you copy? So this would be a good time to go ahead and redo this. Remember, I am operating with a QRP radio. This is 5 watts normally, and you can tune it up to 10 watts.
I have zero copy on you on the receiver still for your 10 watts.
I copy, Bob. Thank you. So keep in mind that it's a great receiver, right? I'm copying Bob. He sounds great. Absolutely perfect. And it's the size of a couple of deck of cards. In fact, if you put a cell phone... Check that out. Let me go back to this guy. There's my iPhone. Buddy, good to talk to you, Bob. I hope to see you on the Discord. He sounds great. The receiver quality is outstanding on this radio. But they're 5 watts. They're 5 watts QRP radios. So how would I try and wrap this up if I can? Because I think I should. This is supposed to be a showdown. Showdown radio. Or showdown video. Between these two radios, this obviously is the cheaper radio. It's twice the size. It's a bit of a more of a power hog. And the features that it has, that the KX2 has, feel like not afterthoughts, but it wasn't the plan that they were supposed to be as refined as they are. The CW decode on this, for example, is pretty bad. CW decode is excellent. The screen is excellent. The receiver is top-notch. This tiny radio gets compared to a 1600 by the Flex Radio 1600. That's amazing. That's a very, very good quality receiver. Where this shines, soda activators. Jerry, KG6HQD, has one of these. People who are ultra portable, right? This is the bag that it comes with. Tiny bag. Put all your stuff in it. In fact, this is the antenna that I was using when I was in Austin. I threw this over the balcony, and the other one went into the room, and I just tuned it up with the tuner. So really, the big hurdle is price. If you cannot swing the $1,300 for the KX2, which... to me, the only reason you'd look at this at $1,300 is if you already have your 7300 or you already have your base station HF radio. You've got a bit of money to play and you want the best. This is that radio as far as QRP super portable goes. It's amazing on CW. It's great on single sideband, and it does digital very simply. Okay, the X5105 will do it. It's much cheaper, but it's also much kludgier. Everything feels a bit rough around the edges. The only drawback for the KX2 is that battery connection, and that's about it, the battery connection. So anyway, we went a little long on this one. We really did. But I thank everybody for watching. We're going to go to Patreon, or Discord right after that. Before I do that, though, I got to do the Patreon call out. Thank you, everybody. I super appreciate all the Patreon support across the board. We are going to be putting out the newsletter soon. It's going to be the end of this week, hopefully. And then we're going to have the patron picks, which is next week, which is the same day that we're going to be giving away the BridgeCom radio, the Anytone 878. So, without further ado, thank you to Chris Ebert, Kerry Blackwell, Jason Brown, Jason Siebert, David Dancero, Danny Miller, Wesley Magyar, Franklin Lewis, Brad Snyder, Dennis Dunderdale, Garrett Larson, Jonathan Franson, AD6DM Dennis, my buddy, Wyoming Ham. Wyoming Ham just had his call sign changed. I got to update. I don't know if he wants it out there. I don't think he does. Dennis Mickelson, George Gaini, Andy, Kenny Miyamoto, Ron Thorson, Ken Hall, Corey Violetta, I think it's Violetta, Devin B. Hedge, Mark Chase, Raymond Cracker, Geraldo Kelso, KE8HWD Rob, Thomas Strickland, Rick Van Horn, Corey Sheldon, Brad Nadow, Stephen Hunt, Ronald White, and Brian Nuskowitz. I believe I got that right. And the Brew Crew, which I did actually finish this beer. Sometimes I don't finish them, but we got through it. Guys, that has been a pleasure. I hope that was enjoyable and fun, and you got your questions answered on two very nice radios at the end of the day. I think you'd be happy with either one of them if you were looking for a QRP adventure and you knew what you're getting yourself into. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to Discord. I'm going to end this stream, and then maybe I'll kick it over to Twitch, and we'll have a little bit of fun there. All right? Take it easy, guys. See ya. Click the button to end the stream now.